Before we begin today, I'd like to give a shout out to a longtime friend of the show, Sanguine Games. They are currently kickstarting a new sci-fi tabletop RPG called Farflung, powered by the Apocalypse engine. Farflung is a post-scarcity transhuman science fiction role-playing game about the ends of the universe, where nothing has been undone and everything is permitted. You will be one of the heroes who rages against the dying of the starlight, from transhuman Zetatech androids to the bewildered time traveler who came to see new wonders, down to the humble robot who yearns for freedom. In the interest of full disclosure, Sanguine Games is a supporter of my Patreon. That said, they're cool folks who do cool things and have a lot of successful crowdfunding experience, and Farflung is looking very creative and very flexible. So, if the concept piques your curiosity, do head on over to the Kickstarter page and check it out. I'll put a link in the description. And now, on to the show. Welcome back, everyone, to I Played a Thing. Un here, and once again I do beg your pardon for the downtime since my last video. I had a most excellent visit with Mr. and Mrs. Carpenter, and on top of being wonderful hosts as always, they had a lightly used PS3 in need of a good home. Now I can do that LP I was planning before my old PS3 died, and that would be Tokyo Jungle. TJ is a creation of Crispies, a small developer with just a few credits to its name, and was published by Sony in 2012. It presents us with a scenario in which humans have completely disappeared from the Earth, and the animals left behind, ranging from house pets to zoo escapees, must struggle to survive in a Tokyo slowly being reclaimed by nature. Tokyo Jungle has two main gameplay modes. Survival, in which the goal is simply to endure for as long as you can in the face of ever-worsening conditions, and Story, which presents individual missions and gradually reveals the plot behind what happened to humanity. We'll need to collect files in Survival mode to unlock additional story missions, so we'll be switching back and forth between the modes, and the eventual goal for this LP will be completing all story missions and getting both endings. I haven't done real-time commentary in a while, so I'll be giving that a try, though I may switch back to post-commentary if it doesn't work out. Oh, and one more thing. While I don't feel it ever gets gratuitous, Tokyo Jungle is nature red in tooth and claw, and many cute animals will meet with untimely ends, including Canis and Felis domesticus, so just a heads up. Anyway, I've been typically excessive in my introductory ramble, so come along, dear viewers, as we venture into the heart of the Tokyo Jungle. Alright, audio recording is rolling, video recording, rolling, let's sync up. Click, 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 click. Alright, I'm going in. You know, I really think both the name and the font are better suited to a fried chicken joint. Ah, Tokyo Jungle, I thought this was gonna be a documentary. You're letting me down. Alright, here we have our basic menu. There's survival mode, story mode, but we haven't unlocked any story missions yet. Stats. As the name implies, it collects a bunch of stats about your gameplay. Of course, it's all zeroed out right now. We'll have to actually play the game a little first, before there's anything interesting here. And Archives is where the files will be stored that we pick up during survival to unlock story missions. And we'll also be able to read them to get some idea of whatever has happened to humanity. In order to complete the game, we'll eventually have to collect all of those. But for now, let's head on into survival. Humankind has vanished. A decade later, Tokyo's familiar landscape has become a home to beasts, a jungle. Pets have turned feral. Wild animals have escaped from the zoo. Racehorses have been freed from servitude. Let's take a look at this brave new natural order. And yep, in the tutorial we're going to be starting out as a Pomeranian. Truly the king of the jungle. And we're going to learn about stealth, which is very critical in this game. If you hope to survive, do not allow stronger animals to see you. Seems pretty sensible. Ah, the noble wolf. It is our ancestor, but there will be no family amnesty. Tall grass offers vital cover. The grass blocks other animals' lines of sight. And it does conceal you when you're standing on the other side of it, as well as actually hiding in it. Leaving the grass will expose you, naturally. And we'll need to reach our destination using the grass to stay hidden. And you can see we have a small radar display at the bottom left of the screen. That will further help matters. And the music also fades out when you're hiding in the grass. If you're not sure about your concealment, that can be a helpful clue. Alright, I think we're home free. And now we learn about hunting, in the guise of a house cat. Predators live by catching and eating other animals. As you might expect, a key theme for this game. The hunger gauge shows your current hunger level. Unless you eat, the hunger gauge will reach 0 and you begin to lose life. Yeah, the hunger gradually drains as you play over time, and once it drains all the way down, your life will start to slowly drain away. I believe the hunger meter drains considerably slower than your life does if you're starving, so definitely you want to keep that up. And if an animal's life reaches 0, it will die. Video Games 101. Ah, a snack. Approach it without being seen, then go in for the kill. As you can see, stealth is very key to predators, as well as for avoiding animals more dangerous than yourself. Once again, we can use the grass for concealment, and once in striking distance, an icon will appear to indicate timing. Press R1 the moment the bite icon turns red to lunge. This is the game's instant kill technique, and something that the game doesn't tell you is that there's a hidden size statistic, and if memory serves, you can instant kill anything up to 2 sizes larger than yourself, as long as you're a predator. It doesn't work for herbivores if my memory serves. It has been a while since I played this, so I'll be relearning some of it as we go. And now we get to strip our prey's bones and eat our fill. And I believe depending on how large the prey is, that determines how many bites you can get out of it before it turns to bones. And in the lower right you can see our current rank and how many kilocalories we've consumed. Calories work like experience points. You'll gradually gain in levels as you eat more. In the law of the jungle, animals must compete for food. Oh dear, the scent of a fresh kill has drawn hyenas. Seems like quite a dangerous foe for a humble beagle. You can't deliver a killing bite while the enemy is watching you. First, we're going to have to create an opening. Press the square button to claw and expose the hyena to attack. So, attacking from stealth isn't the only time you can use the instant kill. If you've got an enemy sufficiently stunned, then it'll also work. The hyena's guard is down. End it with a well-timed bite. And the hyena, I believe, was larger than us there, but again, I think there are 2 size rankings that you can do the instant kill larger than you. Not entirely sure it's 2, it might just be 1, but we'll get it figured out. Anyway, enemies will attempt to catch you in their own jaws, naturally. If successful, the attack is fatal, but if you evade it, they are exposed to counterattack. That's the 3rd circumstance under which you can use the instant kill if you successfully dodge one of theirs. When the bite icon appears over the beagle, evade, then counter. Oh, my timing was off there. You eluded the hyena's jaws. Yeah, I forgot about that. You have to do the dodge when the attack icon is purple. When it turns red, they're going to be able to get a shot at you. Now the hyena is left wide open, and we won't want to let this chance slip by. We'll bite it back. Yeah, it's definitely been a while. One of the reasons I wanted to LP this game, besides it being a good game that I wanted to share with you, is because I've been wanting to replay it anyway, and if I'm going to do that, why not do it for the internet? Even victors are rarely unscathed. If the enemy has a pack, the danger rises. The hyena pack is just beyond. Use claw and fang to claim their territory for our own. Piece of cake, right? Especially when we have some nice grass cover to work from. Now you'll see the caution meter went up there. Works kinda like it does in Metal Gear. If you make noise or otherwise attract the enemy's attention without them completely seeing you, then that meter will go up to show that they're wary. We're just gonna lay low until the meter goes down and the hyena is no longer cautious about us. And we might as well snack on the hyena we just killed while we're at it. Now let's see if the other one will get close enough. Oh no, but it's having a nap. That leaves it nice and wide open. Job well done. And now to learn about how to keep yourself fed and happy as an herbivore. Grazers are herbivores. They survive by eating plants. They don't have to hunt, but are poor fighters as a result. That's more true of some grazers than others. There are a few that can hold their own. Anyway, plants grow in a wide variety of places. And the plant icon on the radar shows their position. Very handy. Eat 3 types of plants without being seen by predators. And different types of plants are worth different amount of kcal. If memory serves, the fruit bush is worth the most, then the mushrooms, then the various types of green plants. Alright, while the wolf's not looking, let's do some shrooms. Nothing to see here. And we can take several bites out of the green plant, but overall its kcal value is not especially good. Not good. The hyena has seen us. Sorry, my enunciation doesn't seem to be the best today. A Sika deer stands no chance against a hyena. And there we are, a stand of tall grass. And if we can take cover in the grass, then maybe we can shake him. If you can enter a stand of tall grass before predators get too close, you can lose them. However, if they're nearby and can plainly see you go into the grass, they'll know you're there. After losing sight of prey, a predator will try to track them by scent. But if we're sufficiently far away and hidden from view, our scent will fade and the chance we'll be found decreases. When the danger gauge drops to 0, the enemy will give up and move on. Again, it works not unlike it does in Metal Gear. And it seems we've escaped with our life this time. Oh, one other thing I should mention about the dodge move with the right stick is that the game only tells you about using it to dodge, but it can be useful in any situation where you need a quick burst of speed, including helping you run down fast-moving prey. Now then, at age 15, an animal's life approaches its end. They must mate and reproduce, or die out. Before finding a female and mating, you must secure your own territory. 4 marking points exist throughout the Shibuya Station area. And thankfully, those are also included on the radar. And we can get a bigger map by pressing start. And now we have to go around and pee on things. There are various places throughout Tokyo Jungle, Shibuya Station being just one of them. The maps always stay the same, but placement of things like plants, other animals, and marking points... Well, actually no, I don't think marking points do change. But point is, there's a fair amount of randomization in this game. So let's go and find ourselves the first of the marking points. The one on the left is a little farther away than the others, so we can take care of that one first. And one other thing I don't believe the game ever discusses is water. You can have a drink to restore a small amount of your hunger, and also if you're suffering from poisoning, then it can reduce your toxicity level a bit, but you can only do this every so often. Now that we've drunk from that one pond, we can't drink from it again until a certain amount of time has elapsed. There's no particularly good explanation for that, it's strictly a gameplay concession. You just kinda have to roll with it. But since we haven't drunk from this pond before, we can go ahead and do that now. Alright, 2 marking points down, 1 to go. Now there's some other kind of critter there on the other side of the marking point. Ah, hyena. Let's take care of it while we have the opportunity. And there we go. Oh wait, there's still one more marking point. What am I thinking? Let's take a look at the big map real quick. In the lower left there, you can see the toxicity meter. That's going to be a major concern in more far-gone parts of the game. But right now, Tokyo Jungle's in pretty good shape. Not a whole lot of toxic stuff to worry about. Alright, there's another critter over by the marking point again. Let's see what it is. Another hyena. Whoop! Let's take cover and wait for an opportunity to ambush. Perfect. Alright, 400 calories and we've become a veteran, up from rookie. We'll find out the importance of that soon enough. Alright, our territory is occupied and we can now use the nest. The Shibuya Station lair is now ours to use. The nest will always be there, but it won't appear on your map and be usable until you've claimed the territory. And females have arrived following our pheromone trail. The ladies will not spawn, no pun intended, until you've marked all the territory and claimed the region for your own. And it looks like there's just one this time. Marked on the map with that heart icon. Oh, what is over there? It doesn't matter. Hello, nice lady. There are 3 grades of mate: prime, average, and desperate. But the best females, the prime ones, will only respond to males of a certain caliber, and this is where K-Cals for experience and your rank come into play. Perform hunts to raise your standing as a male. This golden retriever hasn't reached a sufficient rank to interest her. I believe we'll need one more level. The big hearts and the sparkles around her indicate that she is a prime mate. If they're pink hearts without the sparkles, that means average, and gray hearts mean desperate. So we'll need to hunt down some more prey and feed to refine our skills as a male. Yep, the more you eat, the manlier you are, just like real life. Ooh, sheep. It looks like we're going to need 800 kilocalories in order to get to the next level, and we can take 3 bites of sheep before they're completely bone stripped. That'll be helpful. But while we have a convenient shot at a rabbit, that's worth getting too. And we're already more than halfway up to our next level. Oh, sheepy. I think he might be cautious. Might be too cautious for us to one-shot. Alright, let's find some other prey for now. Another rabbit, not very filling, but better than nothing. And there's an ape up there on the truck, but I don't know that we necessarily want to mess around with him. That sheep still looks paranoid, so let's go up here and see if we can't catch one of these deer. Or antelopes, or whatever they are. Oh! Nope, got their attention. Alright, fair enough. And do you see the stamina bar up there? Every time you use your dash, that'll go down. So, that's relevant to when you have to dodge lots of enemies, or when you're just using it as a dash. Let's see, can we hunt this hyena? Will he be close enough? Can't see him right now, we're not in range, but if we creep up on him... Yoink! Predators count as food too. And I think one more hunt, and we will be able to attract that prime mate. Not that primate. We don't want to attract the ape. Yoink! And we are now like a boss. That's the highest rank I believe that you can actually attain, because once you're at rank 3, you can attract a prime mate, and there's nothing else that you really need rank 4. And now that other retriever will be open to our advances. Yeah, you'll notice that the kilocalorie meter does continue to go up, but it shows that we're at max rank. Oop, my timing was off. We really don't need any more prey right now anyway. Our hunger meter's in decent shape. No, we're on the hunt for love. Don't need to bother with the sheep around here. Alright, when you've successfully attracted a mate, she will follow you. And then you want to head back to the nest. That's the other important thing about finding a mate and perpetuating the species, so to speak. Not only is it important because your lifespan is limited, but your offspring will inherit some of your skills, which means your stat points. And the value of your mate also factors into that. The higher quality your mate, the more children you will have, and the more of their of your skills that they will inherit. Also, there's one additional downside to attracting only a desperate mate. If you really are close to dying and you just have to get to another generation quickly, it may be worth doing, but not only will you not have very many children or pass on many of your stat boosts, you will also get fleas. Alright, avert your eyes, children. Was it good for you? You could see we had quite a few puppies there. That's one of the benefits of a prime mate. And offspring work kind of like extra lives in this game. If one of them dies, they'll travel in a pack whenever the generation begins. And if one of them dies, the rest can carry on. Hunting, feeding, fleeing, mating. These are the acts that define an animal's life. The fight to survive is never easy, but only the victors live to see where the future leads. It's the dawn of another day in the Tokyo jungle. This game really does have some lovely imagery in a destroyed world sort of way. And for completing the tutorial, we become a jungle baby. And we've now unlocked our first story. Oh, is that the thing we just completed? I think that might be... Oh yeah, it says clear in the upper right. I'm paying attention. So yeah, you can replay story missions, but we don't need to do the tutorial all over again. Let's take our first crack at survival. Oh, I completely forgot there's multiplayer in this. I don't think I've ever tried it, and I'm highly doubtful that anyone is still playing this. And we can start out as a pom, or as a Sika deer. The 1G is the highest number of generations that you've successfully lived through, and of course we're just starting out on a new account, so they're all going to be 1G. And they all have stats: life, attack, speed. Hunger, I think, is how fast your hunger meter goes down, stamina, and defense. All fairly self-explanatory. There are lots of other animals that will have to fulfill certain challenges to unlock. And I remember buying all the DLC for this game, so I think there will be a few others. Oh, did my DLC not carry over? I really thought I bought those. Well, I'll have to see if I can get that worked out for next time. Oh, you know what it is? I think I just didn't re-download it. But we don't want to play with any of the DLC animals right now anyway. We'll start the way we're supposed to start. And let's go with the Pom for now. It's kind of the mascot animal of this game. As I mentioned, in survival mode, your only real goal is to just live as long as you can. But we also want to obtain as many of the archives as we can, because those will expose more and more of the story, and we also need them to unlock more story missions. And those little computer chip-looking blue things on the map, those are the archives. So we'll eat and mark territory along the way, but our number one goal right now is to start picking up some of those archives. I don't quite see what that is there, maybe a rabbit, but it's asleep, which means it is a sitting duck for our predations. Ah yes, it was a rabbit. Oh, yes, challenges. Oh, we've made our first hunt. And challenges are triggered by meeting certain conditions. We activated the first one by eating that rabbit, and as you saw, the challenge is to hunt 2 animals, so 1 more and we ought to be able to complete our first challenge. Yep, lower left, challenge list. And there are quite a few challenges. And you can see in the lower right, you get a reward for each of those, which can include stat increases, which you can then pass on to your offspring. Very handy indeed. And also one other important thing on the map, in the upper right where it says Shibuya Station and has that flashing orange meter, that shows the availability of prey in this area. When there's absolutely nothing in that meter, no orange at all, that means the area is completely stripped clean and you won't be able to hunt anything there. But for now, there is a fair amount of prey that we can hunt down, so no need to worry. Oh, and in the mini-map in the lower left, those upward pointing green arrows, that means there's prey there, but it's on a level higher than us. So if we went up on top of that bridge, we'd be able to see them. Moving right along. And that's the end of our first year. Years do go by very quickly in Tokyo Jungle. And we do get survival points for completing certain actions. Hunting, taking over territory, etc. And those, I think, are just for the leaderboards. I don't recall them having any other significance, but again, we'll rediscover this game together because it's been quite a while for me. Looks like we do have one of the archives right here in this area, so let's go ahead and collect that first. Archives are records left behind by mankind, and perhaps collecting them will offer some insight into humanity's sudden disappearance. And we can read them right here in-game, but we'll hold off on that for now. By the way, you will sometimes find treasure boxes like this that aren't archives. They contain various items that you can equip or use to help you stay alive. And I think there were some of those as free DLC. Ah, yes, there's an Ape Escape helmet. Anything else? Oh, yes, various plushes and so on. And these all confer various stat increases, as you can see. But we're going to leave off with those for now. We can use them later if we need to, but for now we'll just play the game from nothing, just to get the proper Tokyo Jungle beginner experience, so to speak. And you can see the plants that are around for the benefit of herbivores, but as a carnivore we can't actually eat them ourselves. Our hunger meter's getting pretty low. And I haven't seen any prey around here in a while, so let's not worry about marking any territory further right now. Let's just move on to the next area. And we are now in Shibuya Shop District. How's the prey situation here? Oh, it's excellent. Lots of hunting to be done. Good news for us, since we're getting very hungry indeed. Ooh, chickens. Easy pickings. And by the way, the clean kill mechanic is not the only way you can bring down prey. Regular attacks with your claws or fangs or whatever you've got will also do the job, but they're not as easy to pull off. And many animals, even herbivores, do have some ability to fight back. Ooh, yeah, we got green dots all over the place, don't we? Oh, retrievers. They can actually be a threat to us, so we're not going to mess with them. Let's hide. Ah, shit. This is not... Oh my goodness. That went really badly. Obviously, I have a fair amount of Tokyo Jungle rust. We're gonna have to get the hang of this again. Nope, not good at all. I don't think I even have this account on the PSN right now, so there'd be no submitting anyway. At the bottom of the screen, there is a timeline when your round is over, when you've died. It shows all your successful hunts and things like that. And you can fast forward through it. Neat little way to look at your history. But of course, we didn't live long enough to actually create any sort of history for ourselves. We did pick up one archive, though. Let's go ahead and give it a look. February 8, 2027. The zoo animals have been restless recently. The fierce predators are particularly on edge, and fights are often breaking out between them. Feeding time has become quite frightening. I think I'll talk to our vet about administering some tranquilizers. First signs that something is not quite right in Tokyo. Alright, let's take another crack at survival and try not to suck quite so much this time. And we start out looking right at a retriever. Let's see if we can do away with him before he becomes any sort of danger to us. It's a larger breed, but one good bite to the neck will take it down as much as anything. And we can gnaw on it 3 times. Let's head over here and see if there's anything good to hunt. Those rabbits? Yes, they are. And that means they are food. They're also pretty safe to hunt because I do not believe rabbits have any meaningful methods of self-defense. And we get a boost in our life for that particular challenge. Also, as long as you're not starving, as you can see up above, your life does gradually regenerate. Our next challenge is going to be to reach the veteran level. That's just 1 level up from our novice, or rookie rather. Also, you can see on the map there are just 2 more archive chips. The ones that you do collect do stick, so you don't have to collect all 3 of them in one go. Crows are not terribly nutritious, but they do count as legitimate prey. Alright, those rabbits seem a bit alert, but let's see if we can sneak up on them anyway. Oh, they're too alert to one-shot right now, but maybe I can just get in and claw one down. Oop. Ah! Missed my one-shot opportunity. There we go. And there you see an example of using the right-stick dodge maneuver in order to dash instead of dodge and catch up with some prey. A very useful technique sometimes. Oh. And I had completely forgotten about that, but sometimes a successful hunt will cause the animal you just took down to drop equipment. Not sure why, but again, it's a gameplay concession. Try not to think too much about it. And we earned that fair and square, as opposed to it being a piece of free DLC, so let's go ahead and put on that mask. It's only good for 1 point of defense, but that's better than nothing. And also, these items do wear down. That 40 out of 40 is its durability, and when that runs down, it will break. At least I believe that's the case. Again, I'm going by fairly distant memory here. Not sure that's a good look for a Pomeranian, but whatever. We're more about function than fashion. Alright, we need to make one more good hunt in order to increase our level. There we go. And for completing the challenge, we get +5 to our attack. And these are the stat gains that you want to try and pass on to your descendants by getting a higher quality mate. Oop. Bad timing. Alright, our next challenge is going to be just to mark territory a few times, so that one should be relatively easy to fulfill. The giant bunny of legend has come to Shibuya suburbs. Now, where are the suburbs? Let's see. Shibuya suburbs? Oh, okay, they're just beyond the shopping district. So we may end up heading that way anyway. And events are just major happenings that occur, I believe, randomly. And they can be things like a strange animal like the giant bunny of legend. It can be a massive increase in the amount of prey or plants available, things like that. They can also be dangerous. Alright, we've occupied the territory, and now a couple of ladies have spawned in the area. But let's hold off on breeding for right now. I want to go after those archives and also possibly raise my level if I can. So into the shopping district we go, and hopefully it will not kill us so damn quickly. Oh, what's here? Oh. Cats. Alright, Yorkie. Sorry, friend, but it's you or me. Ah, it's not a Yorkie, it's a Silky Terrier. Close enough. As you can see, there is a day-night... Ooh! Oh, cats can put up a decent fight. As I was saying, there is a day-night cycle, but I don't recall offhand if it has any other effects than simply affecting your visibility. Let me take a look at that mask we're wearing. Yeah, the durability has gone down a bit. Okay, I think I did correctly remember how that works. Chicken, but it's not in a place that we can ambush it from here. But chickens are fairly easy to run down under most circumstances. Oh shit. That would be a wolf. Oh no, it's a cat, okay. Some of the models can be a little ambiguous when... Whoa, holy shit! The cat population did not appreciate me taking out one of theirs. And I don't think we can get away. We're gonna have to fight it out, I think. Trying to let my health restore a little bit. Oh, but I think we can't restore health. Oh, ah, shit. Still one generation and no more archives picked up. Yep, definitely gonna take me a little time to get up to speed again on this game, but do bear with me, we'll get there. Yeah. Alright, third time's a charm, right? And this time I'm really not going to worry about my calories and my rank. I'm just going for those archives. It'd definitely be nice to be able to get at least one more story mission unlocked before calling it a day here. Of course, we'll still have to do some hunting just to keep from starving, but we don't have to get crazy about it. I think that was a retriever back there. Just caught a glimpse of it briefly. I had forgotten just how quickly your hunger goes down in this game, although that is, of course, affected by your stats. Alright, straight to the Shibuya shopping district, and this time we're gonna take it a little more cautiously. But deer are food, and they're not such a big threat to us. Ooh, we got 4 bites out of that one. Not bad at all. Have to remember that. Deer are very good food for something like a Pomeranian. I believe if we were a larger animal, we might not be able to gnaw on that quite as long, but... Oh, shit. Ah, the dodge dash proves its worth. Oh, but my hunger's really going down fast. Not entirely good news to be stuck here for a while. Have to see if I can successfully hunt one of those retrievers if I creep up on him. Okay, a little bit down from me. Is he facing me? I don't know. No. That's one down. Ha! The old stun lock routine. And it is possible to bring down prey and leave them for a while rather than chomping them all down right away if your hunger meter's already maxed out. But that can lead to the food going rotten and causing you toxicity. None of that's important right now. What we want is those archives. Survival mode, by the way, is also how you unlock other animals, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Oh, and that jackal had some bottled water. And as you can see on the right there, that fills our hunger a bit and also reduces toxicity. And one interesting thing about Tokyo Jungle is eventually, if you live long enough, conditions will get so bad that there is nothing safe to eat, and so then the only thing that can keep you going is the consumable items that you've picked up. Now then, we can finally claim one of our missing archives here. And there's our tutorial for toxicity, that breathing smog or consuming tainted food and water will fill the toxicity gauge, and if that maxes out, then your health will start to drain away just as it would if you were maximally hungry. In the upper right, we see that food is now easily perishable in the blistering heat. And that also toxicity is increasing, so we're not going to want to hang around this district too long if we can help it. Where's our next? Okay, the next archive is still in the Shibuya Shop District, so we'll just want to head on south. Is that another silky terrier? I know what it is, it's food! Oh, and in addition to drinking bottled water, eating safe food will also decrease your toxicity. If the food is toxic, I believe it will still restore your hunger, but it'll also increase your toxicity, so there can be a bit of a trade-off. How much do you need something to eat versus how high is your toxicity? Stuff like that. Okay, something around the corner here. Is it something dangerous? Can't see it. Oh, it's another palm. Sorry, bro. Nothing personal. Oh, yes, I completely forgot. You can't eat your own species. So, unfortunately for us, other palms are not food. But sheep are. That'll help us with our hunger and our toxicity. Hey, my sheep! Fortunately, you only have to hit the silky terriers a few times in order to activate the instant kill. And we're a boss. A dinosaur has awakened in Yoyogi Park East. Well, that's no concern of ours right now. More sheep. We don't need to worry about them right now. But what's asleep in the grass here? Oh, another deer. Well, might as well have a little nibble while we're here. Keep our hunger gauge up and our toxicity gauge down. We are starting to get close, I believe, to that other archive. Yep, just a little bit south and to the west. Actually, how's our territory marking going here? Not especially good. But we're only 5 years old, so no urgent concern. What's down here? Another golden retriever, fortunately napping, so not aware of our presence. Since toxicity is rising, I didn't want to leave the retriever's corpse around too long, so that it didn't go toxic on us. Mark the territory while we're here. Which also fulfills the Mark 2 times challenge. We get a little extra defense. Always welcome. And there we go. We've got all of the current archives, and that I believe that means when we're done here, it will unlock our next story mission. So for now, let's, yes, Act 1. Very cool. So now that that's done, we'll just see how long we can survive, and then we'll call it a day. Stamina jerky. Oh, wrong button. Yep, that'll keep us able to dash/dodge for a while without our stamina gauge going down. Can be very handy in hairy situations. especially when you've got a lot of dangerous critters bearing down on you. Oh, holy shit. A cheetah. Oh yeah, that's what happens if you try to one-shot an animal that you can't. The game will bring the icon up and let you try, but you're not going to succeed. It made a very easy meal of us. Oh, we're looking a little better that attempt. Oh, we don't need to do the online ranking. The important thing is we got all our archives for that round and opened up our next story mission. That said, we've been at it for 50-odd minutes according to my timer, so we'll save the next story mission for the next time. We've also got a few archives to read, and we'll take care of that when we pick up next time. Well then, despite my awkwardness, I hope you've enjoyed the opening moments of Tokyo Jungle. As I kinda get my sea legs back, we'll be able to pick up the archives a little faster and proceed through the game with a little more, well, lack of incompetence. So, I hope to see you next time. Until then, have a good one. Today's Trials of Life were brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Charlie Dunst, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Darren Chow, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Argyle Jelly, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnight, Patrick Bellinger, Rob Lyons, and other very generous patrons. You are very much appreciated, as are all of my commenters, subscribers, and watchers. Always a pleasure, folks, and I'll see you next episode.